Okay, so we're still in 1.6. We're still on slide 3, and we're going to work on card A4. That's a lot of numbers for you. So what we're doing here is we're looking for another representation of this. And so some of you are like, why do we need another representation of this, Miss Johnson? The more you understand one thing in different ways, the more you understand that one thing. Very good. I've already got answers in the chat. So can you tell me about this this function right here? Tell me everything that you know about this function. Let's see, what do we have so far? I know that it's what shape? What shape would this be? What shape is this? Is this going to be a line? Yeah, exactly. This is not going to be a line, Miss Johnson. This is a quadratic, exactly, and it's a parabola. Ooh, someone even say it's the U shape, very good, and it's facing up, exactly. So if you said any of those things, that's exactly what I was hoping for. So, you know, back in the day, I tell this story a lot, so ignore me if I've told you before. Back in the day, like when you were learning how to read, right? This was a word. And then I don't know, I had books for me, and I remember these books for when my kids were little, when my children were little. Above this word, they put a picture of a cat, right? They go like, oh yeah, this is a cat. Wait, this might be a cute cat. Hold on, let's see if this is going to be a cute cat. Maybe not. Oh, what happened to you? His whiskers are all crazy, but anyways, who cares? So this is a cat, right? And so maybe you didn't know how to read the word cat, but you're like, oh, that's a picture of a cat. And some of you, Miss Johnson, that looks like a rat or a whatever, but whatever. The point is soon you made connections between that thing and that word, right? And so what I want you to do is I want you to be able to picture this in your head. So yes, exactly. Yes, it's a U shape. Yes, it's a parabola. Some of you even said, Ms. Johnson, it's facing up. Remember, as opposed to this one, hold on, I can't find the bottom of my screen here. Ooh, where is it? Hold on. I don't know what the bottom of my screen is. Hold on. There it goes. As opposed to, is it this one? No, it's up, it's above me. As opposed to this one, Miss Johnson, it's facing down, it's facing down. So very, very good. So for those of you who said, Miss Johnson, it's a parabola, awesome. It's a quadratic, awesome. It's open up, awesome. So that means I should be looking for all of those things. And as you can see, there's a couple of them that I see already, right? So the other things that you will notice about these numbers here will come out in the table. So let me write a table. I asked you, okay, well, what do you think I'm going to do first? And someone's like, oh, you're going to do a table. Exactly. I'm trying to grab this so I can make it bigger. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to make a table of values because again, that's my favorite. I usually start with 0 because that's my favorite number to start with. So when I plug in 0, I get -2 and I square it. So I should say this. So let me do math over here to this side. So I get 0 minus 2 squared 1/3 equals 2, plus 4. So let me squeeze that over here. I'm just doing math off to the side so you guys can remember this as well. So I get -2 quantity squared, right? This right here is 4, because if you go back to the definition of squared, it's times itself. So -2 times -2, that's a +4. So then that times 1/3 plus 4, it's a funky looking number. It's 4/3 plus 4. So it's 4 4/3. I'm just going to leave it as 5 1/3. Okay, 5 1/3. If you forgot how to do this, no problem. Use my best friend Desmos to plug in. Actually, I will do that right here, just so that you guys can all see my math. So I think I did 1/3 of 0 minus 2 squared plus 4. So it is 5 1/3, and that's okay. I don't need it to be perfect. I just am looking for a couple values. So where's my activity? This one. Okay. So I'm going to plug in a couple more values just to see what else I would get. I'm going to plug in the number. You know what? I want to plug in 2, and you'll see why I want to plug in 2. So when I plug in 2, I get 2 minus 2. Okay. So then I get 1/3 times 0. Now you understand why I did that. Oh, plus 4. That's just 4. Okay. You guys can't see. Down here is where I put my math. So this is why I chose 2, because do you see how it's going to go away? 2 minus 2. I'm really good at choosing good numbers. So I have 2, 4, and I'm just going to use those 2 values. And now I'm going to go searching for which one works. Okay, so not this one. That's not a parabola. Maybe this one. Maybe. Maybe this one. Oh no. That one goes below the x-axis. Look, that one goes below the x-axis. And here, well, you don't know why I know this, but sorry. Here, this one says 2, 4. And if I look at 2, it went down. So that's not it. So let's look at this one. 2, 4. Look at that. Look at that. 2, 4. And does it look like it's 0, 5 1/3? 0, look at that. It must be this one. Right? And then you can plug in more values if you like. Another option, I know some of you are like, Ms. Johnson, why wouldn't we? Yes, absolutely. Why wouldn't you just like plug it into Desmos? So I'm assuming a couple of things here. I'm going to assume that maybe you didn't want to use Desmos so that you can get better at writing a table. But yes, you can always plug this into Desmos. But you are right. A long time ago, someone told me, Ms. Johnson, it's B9. You are correct. B9 matches with A4. So let's bring this guy over to, where's my A4? Here. So B9, A4. And then I'm going to move them over here just so that it's out of the way. And just kind of tuck these guys over a little bit more. Okay. So then I would just continue all the way through. And then now I'm kind of feeling a little bit more confident about what I'm doing, because now I get the patterns of things, right? So for the next card, which is over here, A5, can you tell me what you know? Oh, sorry. B7. Someone asked, what was B7? I don't think I found B7. I found B4 and B9. It was B9, not B7. I don't think I've matched B7 yet. Yeah, B7 is by himself right here. So for this one right here, what I want to do is I want to know what this is about. Yes, very, very good. Someone said, Ms. Johnson, that's a line. So before we move on really quick, how do you think they knew that that was a line? What told them that that was a line? What did they see in that? What did they see? Ms. Johnson, this is how I saw this being a line. I knew this was a line because what? So this one's a weird one to explain why I know it's a line. So it's clear to me for this one. Yes, exactly. Yes, person who just put something in the chat, exactly. See, I know this one is a parabola because of this guy here, squared, right? And then this one does not have a squared. Does not have a squared. In fact, this is called a line because invisible right here is an invisible 1. It's an invisible exponent of 1, which means that it is a line. So that means it has to be a line. So it can't be you, it can't be you, it can't be you two, right? This is an A card, so I don't know why you're over here. So it has to be this guy or this guy. It has to be this guy or this guy. So then I look at this and I'm like, okay, well, if I plug in 1, am I going to get out 1? Let me see. If I plug, actually, I don't want to plug in 1 because remember, we're going to get fractions. So I'm going to plug in 2. Do you guys all see why I plug in 2? I plug in 2 because 2 minus 2 is 0. It's my favorite. right? 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 times anything is 0 plus 4 is 4. So no, this is wrong because it's supposed to be 2 comma 4. This is 2, 3. That doesn't work. So it's not that. Someone said in the chat, several people actually said, Miss Johnson, it's B1. You are right. That is B1. These two match. So A5 is B1. Miss Johnson, you didn't even use a table. Yeah, I was, for this one, I kind of used my, oh my gosh, I know your line so that it wasn't this one or this one because we eliminated a lot of the choices already, right? So very, very good. Whoever said it was B1, you are correct. Good job. Man, I have people like with like 5 or 6 things of participation. Man, you guys are knocking it out of the park here. Okay, so what did I say? You match with this one, A5. So let me move some people around. I know, right there. Let me move you up here. So I have more room. Boop. More room over here and move you back over to the A land. Yes. Okay. So let me pause on that one.